now you're in here. I think that's really, I think things like that are always really interesting. Do you want to talk some about what you do here?
Well, I'm the owner of Bird Cage Bookstore, and one of the exciting things that we're able to do as well is to we have our healing room upstairs here in Bird Cage Bookstore, which is a place for community, families of missing and murdered Indigenous women can come and find solace, and they can pray, and we have an altar there for families to come to give offerings, and we do ceremonies in that room. So that's kind of an exciting thing for us here at Birdcage Bookstore. When we were over at Racing Magpie, it was a little bit smaller space. So now it's doubled in space. And then the other thing is that we are, Thursday, April 1st, we're opening up a MMIW office. So it's going to be real official. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, I want to make sure and welcome everybody to come and attend the opening, which is going to be at noon on Thursday.
That's amazing. I didn't know about that. Congratulations.
Yeah.
For people watching, can you tell us some more about what MMIW is?
Well, MMIW stands for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, and it's an epidemic and crisis, not only in the United States, but in Canada and across the world. And so the work that Red Ribbon Skirt Society does is we do awareness campaigns and education around that issue. And so it's really about trying to find our missing women and about praying for those that have already been murdered.
Well, it's incredibly powerful work you do. I spent some time at the space over at Racing Magpie, and you could see the healing that people experienced. It's incredibly powerful, and I think it's just really amazing work you're doing in our community, Lily. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And the only other thing I'd like to say is welcome to Birdcage Bookstore, and it's going to be a great night of music.
We're so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having us, Lily.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right, so we're going to invite NaTasha on up. You ready, NaTasha? In that audio in the headphones? No, it's not. There's a delay knob on there. We're gonna, I set that up before we went live. Okay, give me 1 second. Can we go to NaTasha, and NaTasha, can you talk?
Hey there, everybody.
Talk some more?
I'm talking on the camera.
Yeah, we're good.
Yay!
So it's things are a little bit different tonight if you're watching, because usually it's me behind the soundboard getting everything set up, but that's hard to do when you're performing. So we have an amazing team helping us out tonight. My dear friend Josh, Kylie, and Vicky, they're all here helping us out. You guys rock. Thank you. Does everything sound okay? Someone commented that the vocals are kind of quiet. Is anybody on the Facebook Live feed saying that's still the case? We'll tune it on the fly. If anybody has any concerns about the audio quality, feel free to comment on the Facebook feed, and we will get that adjusted. All right, NaTasha, you ready?
Yep.
So, yeah. What do you
I think.
What's it like for you being on this stage, like where we're at right now?
You'd think that there's a huge crowd here because I'm a little nervous, and I haven't played much in the last year, so.
Yeah, when was the last time we played these songs together?
We did a live stream right after COVID hit from this stage before
Right
we
here,
closed.
at this exact spot was the last time we played together.
And I'm guessing that was about a year ago?
Yeah, like the end of March.
Yeah.
It could have been today. I have no idea. So as you all know, maybe you don't know, there's a new cave collective coming here soon at 406 5th Street in the old Abbey Feed and Seed building. So we're going to be talking about that some tonight while we play our music for you all. I just really want to thank you all for tuning in. And without further ado, here's our first song. It's called The Second Coming. You were my hallelujah. hello. You were my goodbye, was your oppressor. I was your nightlight, you were my sunset, and you were my sunrise. Now you're an eclipse, you're blocking out my light. Want me to go, then you want me to stay, and I can't say I blame you, have unique ways. We both are dying, but for now we live. Let's get on living, there's no time for this. We started something, yeah, we started something new. Didn't know what it was, now we don't know what to do. Think it's over, yeah, you think it's done, but you're wrong. Cause the past never dies till you put it in the ground. You were my lover and you were my teacher. I was your best friend and your manic street preacher. I am a medic and you are a swan. If you are a monster, it takes one to know one. And we keep on going cause it never ends, and the guy won't stop widening. We're closing in, the center cannot hold and neither can we. So long to the old ways and hello to me. We started something, yeah, we started something new. Didn't know what it was, now we don't know what to do. Think it's over, yeah, you think it's done, but you're wrong. Cause the past never dies till you put it in the ground. You my lover, you thought me your friend. The air smelled like pine as we drove through the needles. How long ago did you know this would end? And so that's when we started something, yeah, we started something new. Didn't know what it was, now we don't know what to do. Think it's over, yeah, you think it's done, but you're wrong. Cause the past never dies till you put it in the ground. Started something, yeah, we started something new. Didn't know what it was, now we don't know what to do. Think it's over, yeah, you think it's done, but you're wrong. Cause the past never dies till you put it in the ground. Thanks. Does everything sound okay? Does everything look okay? We're all good? Awesome. That's wonderful news. There's still a delay. Oh yeah, there's going to be a delay between what you see up here and in the headphones because there's a delay on the video. Okay. Yeah, so I'm worried about the audio matching what you see on the screen, not me. Cool. So yeah, thank you guys again so much. It's so awesome. We have like the best team at the Cave Collective. So, about the Cave Collective, do you want to talk, NaTasha, about some of why we're here? Where'd all this come from? How'd this begin?
Well, the Cave Collective, as you all know it, me and Dexter realized today that it's our 2-year first date anniversary. So that kind of seems like the conception of the Cave Collective. And then you go.
Yeah. Well, so I had heard the stories about the Nameless Cave, that you had been booking shows all over town. Like, we met when I was 18 or 19 when we met.
Yep.
And we played shows all over town together, and you've been booking for over 10 years now, right? Yep,
but I didn't actually start playing music out until I was in my 30s, so it's never too late.
Yeah, and what's kind of funny about that, so you and I met from playing shows. You booked me for shows. And then I stopped playing music for almost 8 years. And so that's how we actually ended up reconnecting. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, I guess I asked you to play a show, and it was around the corner at Civic. And I went down there, and I was just trying to be like a good, hype girl, like, good job. And all your friends were like, she's got a crush on you. and so put that bug in your head. So yeah, pretty much it all
Yeah.
stemmed from you playing a show.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how things worked out. And then, 2 years ago today, I came to a house show at the Nameless Cave, and we started dating there. And then we formed the Cave Collective a month and a half after we started dating.
Yep, in this very building.
In this exact room right here. It's pretty wild being here right now. I just can't thank Lily enough. This is so incredible that we get to have this event in this space and share this time. I hadn't played music in almost a decade, and then I came here and started playing again, and I actually got stranded here. I did not intend to wind up in South Dakota, like a lot of folks who wind up here say. I'm really glad I did. And so this song is about the time that when I came to South Dakota, I got stuck here in the summertime. I was essentially homeless. I was couch surfing. This is about 2.5 years ago. And it was summertime, and living's easy in the summertime. And it's easier to not have a place to sleep when it's warm out. So I was, hanging out with friends and catching up with old acquaintances and having a good old time. But I knew that winter was coming, and it was going to be a really hard one. And so this song is about summer ending and knowing that winter is just around the corner, and it's kind of that weird in-between time. It's called Winter's Wait. Ready?
quite like this. And so now we're stuck on the side of the road, and we'll never find a way back home. You know I said 1,000 times I'd be better when the sun rises once again. Broken memories of everything I wanted was to be, and we both know times. I'd be better when the sun rises once again.
So yeah, that line, you know, I said 1,000 times, I'd be better when the sun rises once again. For anyone who's dealt with depression or anxiety, you know you've made that promise to yourself 1,000,000 times, that the sun's gonna come up eventually. But when? It's never soon enough. But it always comes up eventually. The world always keeps on spinning, even if we feel stuck in time. The pandemic, last year, we've been stuck in time, all of us. We've all been forced to sit with ourselves and our demons and our darkness and really dig into that bottomless pit. And I know that things are hard, but there's gonna be a lot of beauty that comes out of this, I think. Do you have anything you want to say about that, NaTasha?
I guess I feel the spring thaw coming. It definitely helps playing some music to bring me out of the funk.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're playing together again, because we didn't play together the whole pandemic, because I decided I'm the worst bandmate ever, and I quit Dexter's band.
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of fold inwards on ourselves. I think we've all done that over the last 12 months. We've seen a lot of people doing that, people we knew and loved, you know, becoming monstrous, and people that we didn't like much before becoming amazing people. We're all going through massive changes right now, and I think when things are this broken, when things break like this, you can reassemble the pieces in any fashion you want, which is what the song is about. It's called Broken.
To be broken. I know you're failing in your mind, but rest easy, 'cause the truth is you're meant to be broken. The truth is you're meant to be broken. The truth is you're meant to be broken. broken. The truth is you're not only broken.
I don't know, like with the weather, my lips, like I don't get chapped lips. And it's just like, oh, you have a performance coming up? You're going to get chapped lips. That's how life seems to go, but I'm just really happy to be performing for people again, even if it's over the magic of the internet. This is nice. Yeah, what do you want to talk about, Natasha? We can talk about anything we want. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm just thinking live music is going live in like a little over a month and a couple days. So
Yeah.
I'm ready for like the biggest whirlwind month of my life.
Yeah, you know, I thought May of 2019 when we opened this Cave Collective was a crazy time. This is going to be way crazier. For those who might be watching and don't know about what we're doing at the new Cave Collective, do you want to share some of the differences between this space and that new one?
You keep putting me on the spot. Yeah, we have coffee there and we have food, so that's a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole another rabbit hole of licensing.
Yeah, lots of permits.
And we got a way better sound system now.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
So big
Not
shout
that I
to
did
Perfect
love
Wave, our homies over there. They've been amazingly supportive and we're super appreciative.
Yeah. Ooh, and also everybody out there can watch these shows because they're going to be live streamed because we got that locked down now.
Yeah. So this story and song series has really been a pilot run for us to figure out how live streaming works, because the plan is at the new Cave Collective, you know, we're opening on May 1st. We're going to be requiring masks, but and we're going to have limited capacity too. But even so, we know some people still aren't comfortable going out yet or have family members that are immunocompromised, and we want to be considerate of that. So all of our concerts for the foreseeable future, probably forever, are going to be live streamed online on the Cave Collective Facebook page, using the same setup we're using here. So we're really excited about that, where basically, you know, like archives, like, you know, punk and like tape archives back in the day, that was the big thing, is to record concerts, and we're going to do it for you. So eventually I think we're going to have like a membership thing where if you're a paid member of the Cave, you can get access to the whole archive online and reminisce about all the amazing shows we've seen. Anything else you want to talk about before we get started on the next song?
I'm sure we'll think of stuff later.
Yeah, we're not. I'm not doing a great job telling stories in between these songs, but I really don't want to talk about myself or us. Like, I want to really talk about what the Cave Collective is doing. What are you guys doing?
I think yoga.
Our camera operators are doing yoga right now. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought was happening. Okay, as long as it's cool, we're on the same page. Yeah, so I just want to talk about like what's coming up, and it's been really amazing doing this whole story and song series. We're gonna have Kylie come on at the end of the program to talk to us some about that and the experiences we've had together. She's fake puking off camera right now. She's super stoked to be on camera. She loves it. But she's a trooper, so she's doing it with us. But we got 2 more songs left before we get there. This one is called Unnecessary Things. And it's about wanting to be a better person for the person you love, but wondering if you might not be strong enough to do it. Oh, yeah. So Natasha's going to sing some lead parts on this. You ready? You ready?
Talking about barfing. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was thinking unnecessary things, like how to get to know you.
'Cause pretty soon I will go far away. I'll move out of the state. I will change my address. That's when you'll change your name. And all the while we go on unhappy. And we'll think it's fine for a week at the most. You can stay with your folks while I flirt with the coast. And all the while we go on unhappy. To be everybody bleeds. Now I'd like to bleed for you. But pretty soon I will go far away. I'll move out of the state. I will change my address. That's when you'll change your name. And all the while we go on unhappy. And we'll think it's fine for a week at the most. You can stay with your folks while I flirt with the coast. And all the while we go on unhappy. To be free.
This is going pretty good.
Yeah.
We practiced for this for the first time yesterday. So yeah, it's really hard to make time for things between a newborn
Having
daughter.
A baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
What
had a
have we done during the
pandemic
pandemic?
baby.
Yeah, Odessa's 8 months old now.
And I went back to nursing. So going back to my nursing career during a pandemic was
But
exciting.
upgrade too. Like you're in a way cooler job, right?
Yeah, and it's also just great to see, the numbers going down to like less than 2 hands in the hospital, that considering it was like hundreds when I went back.
Yeah.
And I feel Josh doing sound, he's been giving vaccines, and
Yeah.
so it's pretty cool having 2 nurses on the board.
It's, I mean, like the KF Collective is all about like healing, and I think that like half of our executive board are nurses. I think that really comes through in like our mission. Like, yeah, we like punk rock, but we also want to like heal community and make this a better place for everyone who lives here. And if we can do some tasty jams while we're at it.
And inspire some new nurses, please, God.
Yeah. Tasty jams. Delicious,
I don't think
tasty
you two want to be
jams.
photographers anymore,
They're blushing
right?
so hard. They're so embarrassed to even be in the room with me right now. Yeah, I did that on purpose, just so you know. Okay, we got one song left. This song is about uncertainty. I wrote this song when NaTasha and I first started dating, and I was not in a good place, and I probably shouldn't have been dating someone so soon. And you know, when you come in a new relationship, you have that baggage, the trauma and pain that we carry through life with us that we don't get sorted out, and then we end up dumping it on the people that love us most, because that's love. But yeah, it's sometimes hard in those situations to know what's going to happen. And so I wanted to write a love song about an uncertain relationship. And it was really cool today when we were practicing it. We finished the song and we looked down, and our daughter Odessa was sitting in the living room with us. And she just started like cooing so loud and like smiling real big and like shaking her rattle the moment we finished it. And I started crying because, you know, like the song is about uncertainty, and the hook is everything looks blurry when viewed from far away. And just seeing our daughter there after singing that line, just, yeah.
The ultimate couples therapy is playing music together.
Yeah.
I recommend you all try it.
Yeah, it's pretty helpful. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here with you. Thank you, NaTasha, for taking me along on this wild adventure. It's been an incredible 2 years. Did we mention that yet? Okay, yes, you did mention that. Yeah. We just figured that out today. We had no idea. That was a total accident. We did not mean to book this show on our 2-year anniversary.
What show was it at our house?
It was She, Her, Hers in Gray Matter.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a super amazing show. And that's where it all began. So, yeah, we got one more song left, and then we're going to bring our friends on to chat with us about the Cave Collective.
I also want to say hi, Azur and Ulysses. I hope you're watching.
And hi, Mom and Dad. I haven't gotten a chance to say it on the Story and Song series yet. I know my mom and dad are watching. My dad's out in Oregon with my stepmom. And then my mom is here in South Dakota. And I love you both very much. Thank you for supporting me. I'm glad you get to see us perform again for the first time in a year. It's been way too long. Shall we?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this thing. This song's called Blurry.
Don't know what that means, and so based on our own past experiences, I think it's best we distance ourselves from this thing. It can hurt now just a little bit, or later quite a lot. Still in my dreams I hear you say, come what may. Just exactly what the future holds, neither of us can say. Because everything looks blurry when it's viewed from far away. When it's viewed from far away. from far away. When it's viewed from far away. When it's viewed from far away. When it's viewed from far away.
Woo, did it.
Yeah, we got through it.
I apologize for all the wrong notes.
Yeah, my voice gave out in that last song. That's the only problem about practicing the day before the show for hours on end. Josh knows about this from Modern Folklore Band practice. If you practice too much for the upcoming concert, you're not going to do so hot at the upcoming concert. There's a happy medium there. But I think we did okay. Anything you want to talk about before we bring Kylie on to chat with us?
Just where shall I go now? Should I just
So-
sit on your lap?
Yeah? Okay. All right, cool.
But wait, you need a mic.
Yeah, she's got a mic over there. We can use this microphone. Everything.
That was just a little in the way.
Yeah, we'll just put that there. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. Can the camera still see us? Can it see me? Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're all right.
Your leg might not
Are we,
be.
are we in camera?
Yeah.
All right, does it work? Hi, Kylie.
Hi, how are you guys?
So good. How are you?
Good.
Oh, my mask. Where's my mask?
Nervous.
Put my mask back on. All right.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kylie Myers. I've been a part of the cave for about a little over a year. I'm on the youth board, and yeah, that's all about me. So, Dexter and NaTasha, what got you guys into music?
I would say my mom. My mom started taking me to concerts, I guess probably even before I could walk. She's known as Cave Mom because many of a band has slept on our floor, which we all have the same floor, so she's a trooper. Same with my dad. He'll come out in the morning to get coffee and be like, oh, there's 12 people on the floor. Didn't even know they came in here. So, yep, my parents are super musically supportive.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. It's my dad. My dad listened to tons of music. He was always singing. I remember the band and the Beatles were always on in my house growing up, and one of my best memories were my dad just singing along in the car, and I always thought my dad had such a good voice. I was so impressed. The weight is not balanced. Try now.
Here.
If I sit in between
See if you can see
legs.
between.
That would work. Yes, that works. Cool. All right, cool. We're good. All right. It's a weird chair. It doesn't work so hot. Okay. As long as the audio is still good, we're all right. You know, the whole story and song series, like, we're kind of like, you know, we're trying to be polished and professional, but
We
we're
figure
also,
it out as we go.
Yeah,
That's
we're
our
just-
method, is go with the flow.
Yeah, we have no idea what we're doing, and we just figure it out as we go along, and that's, you know, when you got great friends.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
We're not polished.
I mean, if you go back and watch like the old story and songs when we first got started, like there's a progression. Like they get better and better with
Yeah.
every episode as we figure out what the hell we were doing. But yeah, to answer, so yeah, my dad and then the guy named John Guthrie. I doubt John's gonna see this. Maybe I should send him a Facebook message. But John Guthrie was my dad's best friend growing up, or when I was a kid. And he like gave me a piano and taught me how to play a bunch of music, and he had nothing to gain from that, just other than to share the love of music. And I think that not only inspired my passion for music, but also my passion for giving other people opportunities to find their voice and a platform to share it.
Awesome. And you're not originally from the Black Hills area, are you? No.
Nope. I'm from Buckley, Washington, which is a town of when I lived there it was like 4,000 or 5,000. It's probably bigger now. It's pretty comparable to Spearfish, but if Spearfish didn't have a college, is what Buckley
Okay.
was like. It was a logging community. Then I moved to Portland when I was like 12, And then I came to South Dakota when I was 18 because my mom lived out here. And that's how I met NaTasha. I wish we had a picture queued up. We have this like really cute picture of me wearing like plaid on plaid when I was like 18 years old. And NaTasha is like on the grass like 10 feet away, and I had no idea who she was, and she didn't know who I was. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
And since moving here, how has the Black Hills shaped you musically? There's been so many loud cars.
Yes, it's warm out. Everyone's cruising. Like, I can't blame them.
I'm gonna throw hands.
But why 7th Street?
Why?
There's
Like
so many other streets.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you're supposed to cruise on Mount Rushmore. Sorry, is it 8th? I don't want to cause any trouble.
Whatever you want.
Somewhere else.
I think we used to call it cruising 8th Street.
Yeah. Well, they're not there tonight. Yeah, the Black Hills have influenced me. People are different out here. There is a kindness to the people. Like, you hear about like Midwest hospitality. I haven't spent a lot of time in other Midwest communities. I moved around a lot when I was a kid, and so I've always wondered what's home to me. And I moved to South Dakota when I was 18, and by the time I was 19 or 20, I knew that this was home, even though I just moved here. And like I mentioned earlier, I got stranded out here. Like, life keeps bringing me back here because it's home. It's special, and I think a lot of people have known that for a very long time. It's not like it's a secret, hidden thing. And I'm just really honored that I get to be a part of it.
Even though 18 and 19-year-old me couldn't wait to get out of here. I probably wanted to be in Portland like you were.
I think the grass is always greener, though, because like when I was in Portland, I didn't like the big city. Rent was expensive, and it was so hard to like have your music break through, like to be noticed.
I guess I lived in Vegas and Denver when I was like 18, 19, and I was always the hardest dancer at every show. Everybody would look at me and be like, oh my gosh, you're like really into this. And they're like, what are you on? Like, thinking I was on drugs because I was dancing. And so I'm like, I'm sober. You need to move. And so then I'd come back here and like everybody was dancing really hard. I was like, oh, my people. So yeah, I went to shows, lots of other places. Nobody else moves. A lot of head bobbers.
I mean, you hear that bands will talk about like In the Whale is like a friend of the Cave Collective. We can't wait to have them at the new one. And they say like they've played Los Angeles, they've played New York City, they've played Seattle, Denver. They're from Denver. I probably shouldn't say that. But they've played a lot of big cities, and they say that there's few cities that go as hard as Rapid. There's just,
I love that.
yeah, it's a small scene, but we got passion here.
Yes. Speaking of the Cave, how does it feel to be back? I think you guys like talked about this earlier, but
it's kind of like a shock. I don't know, 'cause it's like bigger and better and badder and
Yeah, Lily did a way better job decorating the place than we did.
it is pretty cute.
It is so beautiful in here. We tried to set up a swivel camera, but we couldn't get the technical aspects figured out.
No.
But you should all come down to the Bird Cage Bookstore. It's at 5417th Street. I know that. That was cool. But yeah, it's beautiful in here. They have an amazing selection. It's a mercantile as well, so they have just a lot of really cool stuff here in addition to amazing books. Yeah, I recommend everyone come check this place out. It was funny, like, it's surreal for me. Like, Cameron Barber, he's the drummer for Defect, and he made a post when they first opened this. I shared it, and he was like, it's so crazy that we used to have like hardcore mosh pits in what's now a bookstore. Like right there. Like there used to be hardcore shows like 4 feet away where that book rack is at now. I think that's just like so cool. I don't have anything insightful to say beyond that. I just think it's like really wild. Like, life is weird.
Yeah, especially since this is the last story and song episode of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're ever gonna do it again.
Story and song series?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
we'll probably just do it maybe with people there.
Yeah.
I hope people
do
can hang
something.
out again.
Yeah, what inspired the story and song series?
You want
I
to say?
think it was Dexter's idea, and when he told me, I was like, you know that like we just had a baby and you're going to school full time and you want to do this every Sunday and go to all these different businesses and stuff. But he pretty much just got it all lined up with Natalie in like 2 days. So, I mean, I couldn't really complain because I got to go see little intimate shows all winter while everybody else, you know, didn't get to. So, no complaints here.
It was really getting me, like, you know, in South Dakota, we didn't have a mask mandate, and I'm not going to get into the politics of all that. I will say, though, that, like, people who weren't concerned about masks were still able to enjoy live music. They got to go to bars, they got to go to shows, they didn't have a care in the world, they got to enjoy music. Politics aside, we all need art. We all need music in our lives, and this wasn't a judgment thing. Like, even at the New Cave Collective, we have the mask mandate. We require masks at the New Cave until the CDC says otherwise. That's not judging anybody who chooses to do things differently outside of that building. What that's about is that there are people who have not seen live music in over a year because they're terrified to go out. It's about making a space where everyone feels safe and welcome. That includes the people who wouldn't wear masks other places normally. But that's when you're building community and trying to create connections, you have to make a space where, like, everyone feels safe. And so that's kind of what the Story and Song series was. We wanted to, you know, all of my artist friends who didn't want to play shows in bars weren't getting paid gigs. And so we wanted to try and get some opportunities for artists to make a little money, to spotlight some local businesses. There's so many amazing businesses in Rapid City. Like small business is such a heart of this community. And we've seen it with the Cave Collective. Like, we've made so many connections, and people are so invested. That's something like you don't see in big cities like Portland. Everyone's knows, yeah. And so it's just really cool, like, the deep connections here, and we really wanted to spotlight that and remind people that there's still art happening, there's still music, and we're gonna get through this.
We're gonna find a way to do it.
Yeah. And here we are.
Yes.
And it's the end. It's pretty surreal. I want to ask you, Kylie.
Oh.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
So so first of all, I actually want to give a huge shout out to our production team who has done all these. It's been Kylie and Vicky. Vicky's amazing. Vicky, you want to come wave to the audience real quick, and then you can hide again? It's okay. This is Vicky. You're not going to see Vicky on camera very often.
She lives in the shadows.
But Vicky is amazing. Vicky and Kylie have been running cameras. They came to a show at the Cave about a year and a half ago. I think a Galentine's Day show was your first show?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, and they just started taking pictures for all of our shows and really wanted to get involved. And so when we started doing, we did the Drive Aid first, and I reached out to you guys, and so you operated a camera at the Drive Aid. You were also helping out with the Drive Aid with all sorts of things. Like, you were like doing like 10 things at once. And then after that, we started this series, and it seemed like an obvious thing to invite you guys. And then Ty and Harley, who are also on our youth board of directors, they've been helping out with so we kind of alternate weekends, because you two live out in Spearfish and drive all the way out from Spearfish.
For 2 shows, I think it was actually. I drove from Gillette to Rapid, and then drove back the same night. So
we tried to let her stay at our house, just for the record. Like,
it worked out. So those 2 nights that I did drive over, I had to be back in Gillette that next morning, so I couldn't have stayed the night unless I wanted to leave at like 5 in the morning. So
in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like a testament. Like, people are so passionate about the Cave.
It's worth it.
It's been so, like, it's such an honor. Like, we created this thing just because we like music and wanted to have a space to share it. And to see people who are willing to drive from Gillette and back in a night just to run cameras for an event. I mean, we threw you some gas money, but you're not getting paid for this. Like, we're all of us volunteering our time. And, I mean, like, Cave Fest X is a great example. We have Cave Fest X coming up on May 1st and 2nd. An amazing lineup of bands. Dead Martha's, Camp Comfort, Brandon Jones, Beneath the Sky Down Yonder, Devin Sands. It's like a ridiculous lineup, all volunteering.
Yeah.
Like, the way that people have come out, and so thank you. Like, thank you so much. How do you can you we haven't talked about it much. Like, how has this experience, like, impacted you?
It's been crazy. Like, the second I walked into the Cave, actually. So the way I found the Cave, my friends and I were like wandering around Rapid, and his name's Ethan, and he like stopped by this place and was like, my band's supposed to play here in a few weeks. And I was like, what is this place? Because ever since like middle school, I've dreamt of a place that has live music that I can feel safe at, where I don't know, I can go and just hang out and have fun. Because I'm not musically talented or at all, like 0%. But I've always wanted to be a music photographer. So this was literally like textbook perfect place. And like as soon as Victoria and because I dragged her along with me because I was like, please don't let me go to this place alone. I'm like, yeah, I'm a baby. So as soon as I walked in the doors, I was like, this is amazing. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is home. And there was no going back since then. And it's been so much fun. Like, yeah, just like I've made connections with other bands and stuff. So I got to take pictures for other people. I got to help with Drive Aid, run a video camera that sat on my shoulders for like 7 hours. Actually, after that night, we were driving back to our hotel in Rapid, and I couldn't lift my arms above my shoulders because they hurt so bad. I was like, I have to ish my nose, but I have to meet my finger.
Yeah, because so like we're using like like small Sony mirrorless cameras for this setup, but for the Drive Aid we had like fancy like Hollywood style 4K.
It was sitting on my shoulder like probably like 40 pounds all night on and off, and I'd like throw it off for like a minute and put my camera on, and then like take as many pictures as I could and throw that off and grab the giant video camera again, be like, okay, only an hour and then I can take this thing off again. So but I wouldn't trade any of this for anything. It's been so worth it.
Yeah.
It's like,
thank you.
Yeah. This is life-saving and it's been incredible. So thank you guys for starting this.
Yeah, thank you for helping us make it real.
Yes.
That's, I mean, for me, like NaTasha and I both grew up in the scene, and places like this, like places like the Cave Collective aren't very common. Usually in underground music scenes you have like DIY venues, and like we have like DIY aspects, but I would not say like Cave Collective is like a straight up just underground DIY venue. We're trying to kind of blend that. And it's like a place where I could go and be safe. But those DIY venues, they come and go because they're usually like one person's carrying all the weight on their shoulders. There's a couple volunteers. And once that person gets burnt out or moves, the venue closes and the scene dies until someone else comes along. And we were like, Rapid's got this amazing history. Like the 80s and 90s punk scene in Rapid, like all the biggest punk bands toured Rapid. It was like a known spot on the map. There were some legendary shows that happened here. And, things died away, and then it kind of came back for a while. I grew up, Brian Iverson had Skolitz, and that was a huge life-changing place for me, but that place closed down too, and it's a consistent thing. They always close down. And we were like, what if we could build something that was like sustainable?
Yeah.
That could like actually make enough money, not to make anybody rich, but to keep the doors open and pay the artists who play. And it started with asking a lot of really talented people to work for free.
And that's hard.
It's really hard, and it's really nice when people say yes, so thank you.
Oh, well, it's not DIY, it's DIT. Do it together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was one of those people that was about burnt out on doing anything musically. So
Yeah, when I met you,
much
you're like,
better.
this is my last show. I'm not doing shows ever again. This is killing me.
That only lasted like a week.
Yeah.
But
Thank God.
Well, and that's kind of, we had the old cave, and NaTasha and I were running it very much like a DIY venue. We had Scott was running sound for every show. Scott Glasgow, like a true angel in disguise. And Davey, I don't know Dave's last name. I'm sorry, Dave, if you're watching. Thank you. But they made everything happen here sound-wise at the old cave. And we just had people running the door and stuff. But it was NaTasha and I booking everything, NaTasha and I feeding the bands. They were staying at our house. It became a lot. And we were getting kind of burnt out. And then all these people, it's like the universe was like, okay, like it's time for the
really
next
is.
level. What do you think, NaTasha?
I think we can do it without everybody. And what time is it?
What time is it? I don't know. It's 8 o'clock?
It is 8.
Is it really 8? We've been talking, how long have we been
It
talking for? Is it like 20 minutes, half an hour.
Forever.
I'm just rambling. Well, it's 8
And we have a
o'clock.
board meeting in 30 minutes.
We do.
All
do.
of us.
Yes.
So we better get to getting,
Yeah.
huh?
We just don't want to say goodbye to our story and song series.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really surreal. It's bittersweet.
Yeah. Thank you guys for all like tuning in.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
The numbers we've been seeing, like a lot of people watch
Yeah.
this.
And maybe more people will see it on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, we're hoping to work out some television broadcasting rights for the story and song series, or at least some clips of it. I can't say much more than that, but when it happens, you'll definitely hear about it. So yeah, Kylie, do you have anything else you want to say before we finish up?
No.
NaTasha?
Time to find the tones.
No more special words. I love you guys. This shocked me a little bit.
I heard it.
We love you too.
We love you too, Kylie. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for being a part of
guys.
this with us.
Good night.
Yeah.
Vicky, Josh, everybody watching at home,
Yeah.
thank you so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it. The new Cave Collective is going to be open on May 1st at 406 5th Street. We're having
I expect to see you all there.
Cave
Or
Fest.
else.
with masks on.
Yes.
We love you
Olay.
all. Thank you all for your
Until
support. We can't wait to see you in person here soon. And thank you again to Lily and the Birdcage Bookstore and all the businesses who have hosted us over the last 6 months.
Yes.
You've been
Big
amazing.
thank you.
Thank you to Natalie for booking all those businesses. Thank you to you and Vicky and Ty and Harley and everybody who has been involved, all the performers who have been on the show. Like, there are literally probably about 200 to 300 people who have been involved with this series altogether.
Easily.
It's incredible. So yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all May 1st at KFSX, everybody. Have a good night.